Oh shit, are we live? Hello, check, check, check. Are we live? I can't hear you. Live. Oh yeah. What up? What's good? On a fine Wednesday. Damn, my mic's yeah. Yeah. Check, 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 check. Yeah, what's up, yo? What's going on out there? Welcome. Welcome to this fine Wednesday edition. A Wednesday edition of BS with Hannas. That's me. I'm out here chilling on a fine Wednesday morning. Premise of this show typically is I'll wake up and I'll take a walk and I'll read some good stuff and come talk to the people and then go lift some weights and fucking yada yada yada. And I'm back at it, man. It's a Wednesday. What are we thinking about today? What are we thinking about today? I'm thinking that I've been falling short of the premise of this show. I ain't been waking up and walking because I've been staying up till fucking 2 or 2:30 most of these nights, man. Today is day 61, I want to say, of 75 hard, the fourth time I'm doing it while maintaining, my social life and my creative life and while engaging in the operator standard apps. That's given me a whole bunch of more things to constantly do to grow this business as it is. Be Honda's media, creating all the media, creating the back of house stuff and systems and little things like that. And dude, I mean, yeah, your boy is fucking beat. Your boy is fucking beat, but I'm feeling all right now, man. I think I'm turning the corner. I think I'm turning the corner from being a depressed bitch like I have been the past couple weeks. I'm turning the corner from depressed bitch back into being the fucking man again. Maybe that's just this fresh cup of Black Rifle Coffee Company Keurig K cups through my dirty Keurig right here. Sometimes that cup of coffee will just hit just right, dude. And I'm like a caffeine fucking junkie. I drink so much caffeine, mostly delivered via energy drinks, which is not great for you, but it's better than a steady, ever flowing river of alcohol. So I'll take the energy drinks. Sometimes that morning Zin, you just slap that fucker right up on your lip. Sometimes that morning Zin just like fucking puts you in. You can't see my eyes, but they're all wide behind my shades. And you know what? They call caffeine and nicotine, they call them nootropic drugs because allegedly they're good for the brain and cognitive function and mental sharpness. So maybe on this fine Wednesday morning, I'm just feeling chemically fine. Maybe that's not ideal. Maybe that's not great. I don't advocate that for the kids, for the children, but for the men, that's just my opinion. Makes you feel good, dude. I'm gonna fucking get to the gym today, and I think it's Wednesday. I switched my routine to do leg day on Wednesday. Leg day is a motherfucker sometimes, dude. I love working out legs though. I think today I'm gonna do safety bar squats. Safety bar squats, it's mostly just like a back squat, except the bar is different. It's like that big wide barbell, but it's got a brace that goes around your neck with like handles like right here, so you can kind of hold it, and it kind of pushes your body forward. So you kind of got to use your core to stabilize a lot differently. I mean, my old head homie, shout out my dude Kenny. He taught me how to lift and just really lift. He loves doing safety bar squats, well, safety bar box squats, where you don't go ass to grass, you don't go all the way down. You still break you don't have to break parallel, but you should still break parallel. But the premise of the box squat is that you squat down to where your ass is on the box and you pause, and then you press back up. And when you pause with that weight on your back, it's a whole different machine. You lose all your momentum from the down motion of a standard barbell squat. So, most of my homies out here, a good amount of my friends out here lift and they know what's what. But some of my friends, you got to get to it. Y'all get in that weight room eventually. It's the most important thing I ever did behind getting sober. But they go part and parcel. They go like a hand in a glove. There's a trope about that guy in recovery who just fucking gets sober and just gets jacked and fucking shredded. You got to pour that addict, you got to pour that addictive fucking energy into something. And fitness, insofar as I engage in fitness, it's only lifting for me. I don't run, I don't jog. It's one of those things I know I should start doing. I lift every day. I lift pretty heavy and pretty hard every day, and I walk every day. You know, when I'm on the program, when I'm doing 75 hard, that walk turns into a weighted vest and incremental body squats as as I'm getting my steps in, dude. And even though the world's fucked up, even though the world is only getting more and more fucked up, it's hilarious to me that the week of World War III is when I'm like, all right, man, I'm cool again. I'm done being a pussy. Like, it should induce me to spiral, shouldn't it? But it's almost like it's a perspective change. It's a perspective change, you know? I'm looking around at what's going on in the news and fucking it could be so easy just to latch onto it and just fucking be scared and be angry, primarily angry to me. Angry at our elected officials, angry at the fucking sheer audacity of these motherfuckers out here just doing what they want, claiming representation. It invokes the other day I was talking about when I was watching music videos, when I was watching Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death by Havoc. Everyone loves these old patriotic platitudes. Give me liberty or give me death. All men are created equal. Every now and then, the tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of tyrants. Like, we all love these things. What the fuck happened to no taxation without representation? That was the whole cause of the cause, to my knowledge. You know, how many fucking tax dollars went into bombs, went into, defense systems that are getting shot down, that are getting fucked up, that are getting blasted down millions of miles away, you know? I don't know. It's crazy. I guess it's got to be kind of like what living through Vietnam was like. But those stories get reduced down to folklore. It gets reduced down to, I guess we chalk it up to history. It's just interesting, man, because that put a shadow on the whole generation. Pantera, Revolution is my name. 68, Into the War Board. Yeah, it changes the fucking way everything is. So we're living through it. And I don't know. I think maybe for me, the fact that spring, in in contrast to the negativity of the news, I know that spring is right around the fucking corner. So I'll be able to wake up and want to get the fuck out of bed and want to go take a walk and just sunshine out here with the birds singing and shit. Get happy again, motherfucker. I'm always grumpy. I want to be happy though. I don't love being pissed off. It's just kind of a character trait. But how can you not be pissed off looking around at all this shit? It's tough. It's tough for me. But I say all of that to say it's almost putting a new, all right, things are different now. At least the fact that things are different, it lends itself to a certain type of excitement. It lends itself to a certain type of interest. It breaks the monotony up, if nothing the fuck else. All right, what happens next? Because that's kind of what we're all waiting on, right? There ain't nothing we can do about what we see on the screens, about what these people in suits at the Capitol. We don't get a say in what they actually do. Let's be real for a second. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess. The billions of dollars that have blown up over the past week, literally exploded away. You know, American lives lost and probable boots coming in on the ground overseas. It's like, well, I'm fucking here. I'm doing what I'm doing. I guess the only reasonable takeaway is to, funnel that emotion, funnel that sensitivity into what it is that I'm doing. So, what is it that I'm doing? Lifting weights. So, let's go bang out some fucking heavy squats and then do hundreds of reps of body squats as a nice supplement to the heavy loads. You know, heavy is the weight, heavy is the load, man. This is the fucking loaded mind. This is the blues almost. Persistence, dude. Just keep going anyway. That's a big thing. I'm fortunate. And I'm so fortunate, dude. I ran into an old friend last night that I hadn't seen. My oldest friend in the world. I ain't seen this dude probably 5 or 6 years. And him and a couple, a mutual friend are filling in for a band that's about to go on tour, a black metal punk band called Cape of Bats. And they were rehearsing locally to me last night. So I stopped by and saw the old boy. Saw the old homie. But before I did that, I went and saw another group of homies, my local dudes. Shout out to fucking Dojo, shout out Smiles, shout out Tricky and the Funky Star Child. My fucking homies out here, dude. And it's putting me, it's helping perspective. I feel like I'm just grinding away, and I am grinding away. Up late till like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. And then man, I can't get up in the morning. Fair enough. But we gotta fucking keep trying. Keep fucking trying anyway. And when I'm around all this creativity and all these people doing things and accomplishing goals, it's like, man, I'm just among them. And the only differentiating factor between what I perceive as others crushing and fucking achieving success is just the fact to keep going, and that's it. And that's a refrain, that's a chorus, that's a repetitive trope almost to constantly indulge in. But the fact of the matter is, there's fucking acres of diamonds out there. The only way you don't get them is if you stop digging for them. So you just got to keep fucking going. Obviously, you got to apply that, hopefully, into the right domain, apply that persistence and the resilience of dealing with all the bullshit. You got to apply that as correctly as you can, but you don't know what you don't know. I don't know what I don't know. That's for fucking certain. I don't know what I don't know, but the only answer is to just keep going and find out as you go. What's more valuable, experience or theory? What's more useful, theory or experience? Theory goes out the window when your experience don't look like how you theorized it should. And then you adapt and you fucking just keep ripping, dude. That's what I'm thinking about today. And I find myself in a relatively peaceful mode at the moment, you know. As soon as I leave my house, it's back to fucking it's back to the agitation. When I'm driving the same drive I drive every day, going to the same place I go every day, just to go to the same place I go every day and see mostly the same people. That monotony is, that's the blues, I guess, dude. That's just the fucking steady rhythm. And the blues ain't sad. The blues is just persistent, finding a way out, clawing a way out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on this fine Wednesday. I had some notes. I had some notes in my phone. I'm cruising through the books that I'm reading, but I don't have no compelling notes or interesting, especially, things to throw out. I read that book, Start With Why, Simon Sinek. I finished that pretty quickly. I'm blowing through books. And I kind of wonder sometimes, it's like, what's the benefit of reading all these books and reading them quickly if I don't remember things? So this podcast, this fine BS with Hannas, bullshit with me, Nikki B. Hannas, this has been very helpful to extract the meaningful parts of it and etch it into something. We'll fucking have it on record. And then as I go through and get the clips, it helps me relearn what I learned. And there's a lot to be said for reading a book, and even if you get one thing out of it, even if you get one or two useful extractions from it that you can really apply, that's the point. You just got to sift through a lot of words and a lot of pages. I think sometimes I'm reading through them too fast, so it's like, what's the point? I'm just reading through them just to tokenly read through them. Start With Why is one of the ones I'm going to have to reread. I think for me right now, I'm just consuming a lot of stuff. But through consuming a lot of stuff, I'll know which ones, probably once the weather really changes and I can like have a refresh, like a mental refresh. It's like, all right, cool. We did a lot of things. We read a lot of pages. Which ones are the ones worth rereading? It's that old thing. It's like jack of all trades, but master of none. That's a principle. You can read all these books, but if you really study and really know and really, really learn a couple, a lot of times that's more helpful than the volume. So why not both? How are you going to find which ones are the best ones to really fucking take as much as you can out of, to get every ounce of value out of it, unless you read them all. So that's kind of where I've been at with it. Start with Why, Simon Sinek. That's one of them. I'm reading another one right now. It's called The Third Circle Theory. I forget the author of it. I forget his name, but it's quite good. There's another one that's going to have to be a reread. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. I guess to keep fucking, like I say all the time. Here's my little tagline. This is what I like. Life philosophy by Be Honest. Keep ripping. Whatever it is you do, keep doing it. In my instance, I'm a fucking musician. So I sat down last night and did a bunch of guitar jam playthrough videos, except with my new setup with this fine Rode X uh, mixer and the microphones right on the amp. So they sound a lot better than the old shitty cell phone quality jam tracks. And that's helpful to me, man. That's cool. It's reaffirming. It's reaffirming. And it also proves another principle. It's like, look at what's in front of you. You can use what's in front of you probably better than you think you can if you can reframe and unnarrow the vision a little bit. That narrow vision, that narrow focus, that narrow tunnel element of looking at one thing and hyperfixation on one thing. Yeah, that does lend itself to that negativity and that bitch mode when the inner bitch wins. But it's hard to. The trick of that is it's a bitch when you're in it. When you're in it, logic don't matter, reasonability don't matter, rationability don't matter. I'm sorry, rationality, rationality don't matter. When you're in that fucking just agitated state, it's just what it is. So we got to do things we can to fucking get up out of it. Tell that adversary, tell that enemy, get the fuck up out my way and get after it, man. Keep ripping it. So that's what I'm thinking about today. That's what I'm thinking about today, man. No activity in the chat. That's all good. I appreciate it. That's this is as much for me as it is for YouTube, as it is for the world, as it is for my friends. It's a growing creative kind of just expressive experience, man. So what can I leave y'all with today? The broad y'all that is YouTube and the internet and my people and shit. Who are my people? My people, when I say I come out here and talk to the people. Hey, yo, what up, Maddie? Ha. I was hoping someone was lurking in there. What's up, dude? Yeah, man, I think it's like when I say I come out and talk to my people, who the fuck are my people? That's an interesting question. I guess that goes back to start with why. Why do you do something? What's the point? Is it just for money? Is it just for clicks? I ain't getting paid and I ain't barely getting clicks. So it can't be for that. Is it just for me? Very likely. Now let's say it's just for me and that goes under the condition that none of us are that different. I ain't that different than the next man. You love the old cell phone scratch tracks? Yeah, I hid them. They're no longer available. You gotta check the new ones out. They actually sound great. It reminds me that I actually know what the fuck I'm doing on an electric guitar. But yeah, sorry, I get involved in the chat. If I'm thinking about who are my people, let's just say I'm my people, and we all ain't that different. We're out here. People that are gonna like or have any affinity towards what I say, man, they're just people out here trying to do the best they can. Trying to make themselves better and make their work better. You know, we're probably confused by all the bullshit out there in the world, confused by all the just the negative things and focused on what we're focused on and trying to go along to get along, and hopefully improve along the way. Take a little bit of stuff we've learned and pass that forward. The one thing I really like in AA, when you go through the AA 12 steps, the 12th step is the idea of getting off the sauce and then helping other alcoholics get off the sauce. And the way Bill phrases it, there's a phrase that really stuck with me. It's having had a spiritual awakening. We strive to carry these principles in all our affairs. So what are the this is the big question, what are the principles we carry in all of our affairs? How do we develop those? How do we go from just aimless, drifting, meandering people out here into principled, good examples, developed people? Patriotism is important to me. So how do we turn from in my case, how do I turn from a degenerate rock and roller into a good example, into a man of my craft, a man of my mission? It involves lifting and walking and reading and talking and thinking and fucking sharing that shit with my people, carrying those principles in all our affairs to whatever end, you know? Sometimes that looks like just ripping some filthy lead guitar tracks over a Rory Gallagher inspired backing track, dude. You know, that's just what I'm thinking, man. Anyway, 20-minute mark. It's time to go. I got squats to do. My quads are getting big, so I'm about to go make them bigger. Thank y'all for hanging out with me on this fine Wednesday morning. A fine Wednesday morning indeed edition of BS with Hannas. That's me, Nikki Hannas. That's what I call myself online. This is BS with Hannas. Good morning, Hannas. Growth mindset, Hannas. Whatever you want to call it. GM, motherfucker. You can find it on YouTube, here live on YouTube, unscripted every time I do it. Just come out here and one take Jake in this place. BS with Hannas on YouTube, BS with Hannas on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, so on and so forth. You want to check out the music, NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. All the links and stuff are all in the descriptions of the videos. You want to support, there's ways to support down there. Patreon.com/NikkiBHannas for all the stuff that I do. A daily consistent feed of everything I'm out here doing as I keep ripping. There's a buy me a coffee link too if you want to. Buy me a coffee could be a fine Keurig K-Cup, or it could be a fine Ghost Energy, or even a fine Form Energy, so we can scream freedom into this bitch and keep going and keep crushing. So that's what I got today. Keep it real, everybody. One love, stay after it. I'll catch you later. Peace.
Hey, yo!